Hey everybody, it's Lisa with Stamp with Lisa K. So I have my paper pumpkin kit. I am excited to open it up with you guys. I'm a couple minutes earlier than what I said because last time I did one of these, I had to stop and restart 3 times because things kept happening. And today's kind of sounding like it might be the same. I thought maybe if I start a little bit early, we can kind of deal with any issues before we actually get started, but we'll see what happens. If you're coming on, please take a moment and say hi. Tell me where you're coming from. I'm going to take a moment and share this video into a couple of places, into my Paper Pumpkin group. Here we go, Paper Pumpkin with Lisa Kimmick. If you are not a member of that group, I invite you to join. I would love to have you there. My intention for that group has always been to just create a place where crafters can share everything they love about Paper Pumpkin. And so make some projects, put them on, share them, get inspiration from other people, inspire other people with your creations, and let's encourage each other. So I would love to have you if you could join that group. So in the comments here on my page, I'm kind of stalling to give some people, see if anybody is going to be joining me live. So I'm going to just take a minute and post a couple links. If you're not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, in the comments, you're going to find a link to join Paper Pumpkin. I don't know if there's a way to do this like ahead of time. If there is, I don't know it. So we have to do things the old-fashioned way over here. Oops. Okay, so I just put up my link to join Paper Pumpkin. Okay, so I am going to, I will warn you, I am not very good at reading comments and doing things. So if you have a question, just write question in capital letters so that it kind of draws my attention. I'm going to try to keep looking over there, but also keep my computer out of the way. Okay, so this is Paper Pumpkin. It just showed up yesterday. I get multiples, and mine came on different days. That's the first time that that's happened for me. I've heard that from other people, though. So I got one yesterday, one today, but I have not opened it yet. This is the one I received yesterday. So much for taping down my paper. That would hold me in place. So let's open this up and see what we have. I'm really excited about this month. From the previews that I've seen, I already have a few ideas. So here's the stamp set. We have fireworks, some stars or fireworks. Sentiments say, wishing you happiness, you are invited, and time to celebrate. Excuse me, I do not know what this one is. I think we'll probably figure it out as we go on and begin to look at the rest of the kit contents. So let's set that aside. Our stamping spot this month is Misty Moonlight. Didn't we get Misty? Okay. Okay, well that's what I have in my kit. I didn't think that was going to be this month's, but I might be confused. I'm probably getting my months confused. Thought we got that last month. Okay, let's move this out of the way. By the way, if you don't know what to do with your Paper Pumpkin boxes, turn them inside, take them apart, turn them inside out, fill them up with all the extra cards that you have sitting around your house not doing anything with, and donate them. You can fit about 30 cards in a Paper Pumpkin box safely. But that's what I did with my last Paper Pumpkin kit. or the box anyways. Okay, I'm really confused about the stamping spot. Okay, so last month was the first time I had done a live in a really long time, and I forgot to even show the cover. So let's start there. So here's the instruction. These are the cards that you're gonna make with this kit. It makes 3 cards of each design. I love this. I just love these colors. I think they are beautiful. So I want to look and see about the color. Yeah, Misty Moonlight is in there. Okay. I don't know. I thought that was last month, but okay, I was wrong, which is good. It's good when I'm wrong sometimes. So here's a picture of the stamp set, what the stamp set looks like. This now used to be on a separate piece of paper. It's now included as the instructions. And then you've got the picture of the kit contents. Okay, so you've never done a paper pumpkin before. Let me just go through this real quick. You have one page here that shows all 3 cards and the elements that will go with each card. So if you want to take like card number 1 and punch everything out, this is what you need to go with that card. Card number 2, card number 3. And then when you open it up, you then have the instructions on where to put everything together. So they're super easy. Honestly, my nieces, who are 9 and 6, can take one of these kits and just start putting it together by looking at pictures. They don't always get it exactly as what's on the front of it, but they can do it. So this is a great way to introduce your friends to stamping. Okay, and then let's see, that's just cardboard. Let's see what else we have in here. We have our adhesive packet. There's some tear tape. Okay, I am back. I am so sorry about that. I forgot to turn off my phone so that it couldn't ring. And now for some reason the perspective is completely different. I'm just gonna leave it. See, I told you, I knew this would happen last time too. We will get this figured out. And one of these days I will perfect this process. Okay, I'm just making sure that this is also shared into my group. Okay, hopefully everybody from the first video will find me. Okay, I'm just putting a message so if anybody finds that first one, they know to look for the second one. Let's try this again. So we are continuing with our paper pumpkin unboxing. So here's the cards that we are going to make this month with the kit. These are the envelopes. We have 9 envelopes, so there's 3 of each design. These are gorgeous. Who would not love to get one of these in their mailbox? I mean, I love this. These are beautiful. And you know, a lot of people take these apart and they'll use them as layers on cards, and these are perfect for that. Okay, here we have the card bases, and I hope you can see this in the camera. I'm not sure if you can, but they have silver accents on them, so these little stars and stuff are all silver. I hope the light's catching that because it's so pretty. So there's 3 of 3 different designs. That's number 1. Oops, they put our embellishments mixed in. Okay, this is card number 2 with the lanterns going across. This is so pretty. Same thing, silver accents front and back. My mind is already swirling with ideas. And these are the windows. And this is the background. Oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. Okay, I might put it on my calendar when the refills come out. I think they come out tomorrow. I'm gonna need that for this one. This is good. So all these little stars, if they're not showing up in the camera, they're all glittery, silver, shiny, beautiful. Okay, and then we have all of the embellishments. So here's the windows. for the window card. Let's pull that directions back out. So that's that one. And then we have our fireworks and the light post. So there's 3 of each of these in here. So that's for, these all go on card number 2. The light post goes on card number 3. Cute, cute, cute. Then we have some white accents. So these are, we've got some circles like this. Oh, we have like banners for the sentiment strips. So those are all on there. And then we have all of these accents. These are so pretty. And these have the silver highlighting on them also. So all of these little fireworks all light up. Oh, this is so pretty. Okay. So that is this month's paper pumpkin. So just as a reminder, if you are one of my subscribers, I am working with a team of demonstrators, and we are putting together a tutorial every month, which is called Paper Pumpkin Unboxed. So if you are one of my subscribers, or if you're in my downline, you will receive that for free. If you're not one of my subscribers, you can still get it. I sell it on, I have a site on PayHip that you can get it, and it will be available around the 1st of the month. Of course, I'll post as soon as it is, but join my email list and you will get notification right away when it's ready. Okay, I am going to set this one aside, and I do want to make a card today though, and we have to bear with me because I have not been doing lives for a really long time. And so it's been a while since I've done one actually making a card. And I am one of those people who thinks that I have more time and can accomplish more in a period of time than I actually can. So I'm winging this card a little bit. I knew I couldn't do it completely from scratch. So I pulled a sketch off the internet. This is from Freshly Made Sketches. If you're ever looking for sketches, I love theirs. This is an old one. I was trying to figure it out. I want to say it was from like 2011 or something. I don't think it could have been that long. I don't know. Don't quote me. Sketch number 512. So we're going to do this sort of. I am going to flip it upside down, and this is our sketch. Sort of. So I'm going to set that to the side. I cut everything out. I didn't make a sample card because I did not have time. But I did lay everything out so that I knew that I have everything cut correctly. So this is going to be our focal layer. This is just basic white, and I have it cut at 4 by 5 1/4. So we're doing really simple sizes today, not my normal 1/16 of an inch that get people angry at me. I am going to be using some designer series paper for these 2 stripes. And the paper I am using, I wanted to show you, is, just excuse that, I just have too many things piled up. The Neutrals Painted Patterns. This is the new designer series paper that you can get in every color family. So this one is the Neutrals. And I'm just going to pull a couple of these out just to show you. Sorry for the noise. So just pull one color out to show you what the prints are on them. So you get this print, and you get it in every color. So there's this print, this stripe, this giant polka dot, which I love, and then smaller polka dots. And these are all 12 by 12. And it's available in every single Stampin' Up color. So there's one for every color family. There's the in colors, and then there's also a basics set. So we're going to be using, I took both of them out of the Neutrals, Misty Moonlight and Pecan Pie. So what we're using today, my method for today, is to use last month's stamp set and to use it just the stamp set without any of the kit components. I'm going to confess here that when I joined Paper Pumpkin, as soon as I finished my kit, I just got rid of my stamp sets. I didn't really see the value in them, But I will say the stamp sets have gotten better. And there is a ton of value in them because they are still a stamp set that you can use on other projects. And so that's what I want to do today. I'm going to use last month's stamp set without any of the kit pieces to make a card to show you that you need to hold on to these and keep stamping even after your kit is gone. So we're going to kind of lay this out. We're going to use, I'm also using here, what is this called? The Wonderful Scenes dies. Every 3 months, Stampin' Up issues a set of dies, a small set, to coordinate with the paper pumpkin, and it coordinates with 3 consecutive kits. So this one worked with last month's, it works with this month's, and then it will also coordinate with next month's. So I die cut these so you could see what is in this one, because this is still available, but they do sell out. So it has the word wonderful, some flowers. These are all together, it's just one piece, but I have used them and separated them. They cut apart super easy. And then we have these 3 butterflies. And as I was cutting these out, the first thing I thought was, oh, can you imagine that little tiny butterfly in silver? Such a great accent piece for so many things. And then it does this background firework. I'll be honest, this one confuses me. I'll figure it out and we will use it. But for right now, I don't know. So if you do know, make a card with it, post it in my Paper Pumpkin group so I can see it and copy you. Okay, am I still here? I think I am. Okay, I really need someone to tell me how to turn off the ringer on my phone. The ringer itself is off, but I need my calls to not go through. Janet, are you on here? Because I know Janet knows. She's the one who taught me how to do it in the first place. Okay, so let's get back to making this card. Okay, so what I want to use is this, this sign. But it's really hard to use dimensionals on this because you've got all these tiny pieces. So I want to show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take some fine tip glue, and I cut out 3 of these, and I am going to stack them. Remember, glue expands, so you only need a little bit. And I'm super messy, so I try to use way less than I think I really need. And I'm just going to stack these right on top of each other. I like to do 3, but depending on your project, you might want to do 2 or 4. After you do this, when you get done, it's kind of the weight, like at this one, I would call this weight, like with 2 of them, a thin chipboard. And then when I add the 3rd one on, it's going to be more like the weight of a chipboard. This is a great way for adding dimension for anything that is too small for dimensionals. Like if you wanted to do the word wonderful, you could never put dimensionals under that. But there's times where you're going to want it to stand up. So this is a great way to do it. So there, we have 3 of them. I don't know if you can see how thick that is. This is my new favorite method of adding dimension if I cannot use dimensionals safely without ruining something. Okay, so for these 2 lines, I'm going to start with the pecan pie line. I chose the stripes and put them in this direction because I don't know. I do what looks good, but if I want to pretend like I have some kind of design method, I thought it kind of looks like a walking path. So let's call it a walking path. That's why I did that. I didn't really. I just picked a color that I liked and the direction that I liked. Because that's how I am. That's how I craft. Okay, I'm going to use my grid paper here. And I'm going to line it up. And I'm going to go about a ½ inch up from the top. This piece is 3/4 of an inch wide by 4 inches. So 4 by 3/4 of an inch. The next strip I'm going to put down is the blue strip. And this is the Misty Moonlight. I couldn't decide whether I wanted it to be 1/4 of an inch or a ½ inch. So it's 3/8 of an inch. I went right in between. again, that's how I do things. And let me move my paper. I'm just looking, I'm gonna move my camera. Sorry, this is gonna jiggle for a minute, but I just realized I'm not totally on screen. Okay, so before I put this down, I'm gonna stamp my sentiment, because if we look at the sketch, the sentiment goes between these two strips of paper. So I wanna stamp my sentiment next, so that I get the blue in the right place. And I am going to stamp it in Misty Moonlight, because that's what I thought the stamp color, the ink pad was for this month, but it shows you how much I know. Okay. And I gotta stand up for this. If I'm gonna get... There we go. Perfect. Or perfect enough. Close up my ink pad, because I'm gonna stick my hand in it if I don't. And then I'm gonna put this one right here. And now I need some help. So if you're on here, somebody help me out here. I'm gonna lay this here. I know I'm gonna cover up the sign. I have a piece of white that that's gonna cover that up too, so it's not gonna show through there. So I was thinking I need to stamp this greenery, or I don't know what it's called, the plant, to give a little bit more color. So do I stamp that? Where do I stamp that? I guess I'm gonna stamp it right here, and then maybe over here. This blue will go over top of it, so I'm gonna stamp this before. But I couldn't decide whether I wanted to stamp it in Old Olive, Mossy Meadow, or Crumb Cake, because Crumb Cake is the lighter version, sort of pecan pie. Is there anybody watching that wants to give me an opinion? I don't see any, but that could be. Okay, so I'm gonna do it. I don't want to bring another color in, so I'm gonna do it in Crumb Cake. Actually, I'm not gonna do it in Crumb Cake. I'm gonna do it in pecan pie, and I'm gonna stamp off. So, stamping off, or also called second generation stamping. I'm gonna stamp it, ink it up. I'm gonna stamp it on my scrap paper, and then I'm gonna bring it over to my project, and I'm gonna stamp it over here and get a much lighter version. That way I know I'm getting the right color. I think Crumb Cake would have looked okay. I'm gonna do that again, and I'm gonna stamp again right there. Okay, yes, I think I made the right choice. Okay, now I'm ready to put down this blue strip, and I think I already said this is 3/8 of an inch by 4. I'm gonna put it so I'm right above, so it looks like I centered my sentiment perfectly. I did the cheater version of that, but I did. So there we go. And then I can add the sign. Okay, before we do the sign, let's add some birds into the corner, because we need birds because we have them. If you follow my page, you may have seen that I did a scrapbook page, and I put these on the block backwards, and I got the back of the stamp instead of the front. And I don't know what was going through my mind, but it was the last step of finishing my scrapbook page. I had everything else done, and so I left it. I didn't know what to do. I put another bird over it. I'm wondering if I should do like stamping off. This will make it look like these birds are further away. I think that's pretty. Okay, let's get the ink out of the way. We're done with the inks. Okay, so we are not done with the inks. That was wrong. There's misinformation. I'm going to put this down. I'm going to do this with liquid glue just because I have it out and it will be easier. Okay, and I'm going to put it, I wanted it to at least a little bit cover that. Let's put it right there. I don't know. I'm always impressed with all these people that know all the designs techniques and say, oh, we've got to put it over to the 1/3 side, or, you know, you got to cover in different ways. And I'm like, I don't know. I do what looks good. So, and I think a lot of people are that way. So I give you permission, do what looks good. Forget the design rules. Okay, and I am stamping Happy Birthday. So what I did when I stamped out this, or die cut this, the sign, I die cut it again, or the top half of it in white, so that I could get a piece that fit perfectly in here without measuring. And this is not a perfect square, so make sure you have it lined up the right way before you stamp. And I do also know that from experience. Okay, so I'm just gonna put Happy Birthday right here in the middle of it. And let's do, there's this little design piece in here. This looks like, kind of looks like a rope. I'm gonna do that also in blue on the top and the bottom of this. I'm trying to look at this at an angle without standing up or sticking my head into the camera. So bear with me here. There we go. I did it. Okay, and I'm gonna put some seal on here. I want to keep calling it snail because it has the old stuff. Okay, so there we go. And let's mount this onto a card base. I have 8.5 by 5.5 piece of Misty Moonlight cardstock, and scored at 4 1/4. I don't have my bone folder out here, so I'm just going to use the edge of my block. Works great. Sometimes as crafters, we just have to improvise, right? I gotta get my adhesive going. I don't know what I did with that. That's not. Kind of got off track a little bit. So let me get it back on track and get it moving again. I think I can. Okay, we're gonna use liquid glue. I am not a big fan of liquid glue, so if you're wondering, I think I'm too messy with it. I know a lot of people love it. It's kind of like one of those things that people either love or hate. And I just really like the seal when it works for me, which it normally does. I don't, of course on camera it's not gonna. Okay, why are we moving around? Okay, there we go. So we have a card. So here's an example of a card that you can make using the stamp set, the coordinating die for the month, and just some ink and cardstock, and some designer series paper. This is a really simple card, clean and simple. Sometimes I like them that way. I do like to make more complicated. So I thank you for joining me today. I hope you learned something about Paper Pumpkin. Don't forget, I mentioned in the beginning of video number 1 before I got disconnected, I do have a Paper Pumpkin group. It's called Paper Pumpkin with Lisa Kimmick. When the video's over, I'll go in and insert the link in the comments of both videos. And I'd love it if you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, or even if you're not, you just want to check it out, join my group. I would really love for people to share projects in that group. I meant for it to be a place to inspire others and be inspired by other projects. So I will put that link in there. Have a great day, and I will talk to everybody soon. Bye.